Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and today we are talking Melt Cosmetics. So Melt is currently running for the 4th of July weekend a 30% off site-wide sale. So I thought this would be a good opportunity for me to show you some of the complexion, lip, and eye products that I have in my collection from the brand. The look I'm wearing today, very natural, neutral look. No, who is she? All of this was done with primarily Melt Cosmetics products. So if you're interested in seeing some products from Melt, interested in talking about shopping the sale, keep on watching. Before we get too far into the video, of course, if you have not already, please consider clicking that subscribe button. I upload twice a week. It's totally free to subscribe. And guys, I just would really love you to come back and be on the channel again. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so we are going to start with complexion. Now I have here in the shade Chocolate Dipped the Digital Liquid Highlight. I got this in a mystery box and it's clearly very deep for a highlight for my skin tone, right? So I actually had a suggestion and a comment to try it as a liquid bronzer. So I'm very carefully going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump out just like one squirt on my hand. And I'm going to take a flat kabuki brush. This is the one from Lauralee Los Angeles, the L11. And I'm just going to take my finger first, because like I said, this is, it's very dark, right? I'm just going to dab a little bit, a little bit on the face and see how pigmented slash buildable this is really going to be for someone of my skin tone. And we're just going to blend. Okay, so this does seem to have some kind of like a base to it. Like it's not just, I guess it makes sense because they have different shades for different skin tones, but you can see it's looking very muddy and bad around the hairline there. But I'm just gonna, hope for the best and keep blending. Okay, so to be honest, I think that looks god awful. It's so muddy and unblended. It has, you might be able to see on my finger here, like just such a deep base. And this is only one pump, guys. Like I'm gonna have to get a wipe or something and get rid of this because there's just no way. Like I'm going to cover it with foundation. So just to show you again, like even if I shear this out with my finger instead, like maybe that would blend a little bit better. There's not that much of a glow to it. It's mostly just a dark base. I don't see that much of a glow from it. So more suggestions on how I can use this because this is not it. Like maybe it could be a pretty all over the eye, just like bronzy shadow look for me. But beyond that, I'm not really sure how I'm going to get any use out of this. I get the point of mystery boxes are to get rid of, product that they have a larger quantity of. But I really wish if they were going to do products that were complexion based that they would ask you what your skin tone is so that they could give you something you actually can use, because this is just not it. So what I'm gonna do to kind of remedy this situation is I'm gonna go back in with my foundation just over top of this. Now I will say my skin doesn't look terrible with the foundation on top of that product. I don't know if I can really see a contour or a bronzy look with it underneath or not. You guys let me know. I do have kind of like a natural hollow here anyway, so I don't know that that's the product necessarily doing that, but maybe one day before I put on my foundation, I'll try putting that just underneath as a base and see how the foundation looks over top of it to see if that does anything for me, if I can use it that way as a complexion product. But yeah, top of the foundation, that shade is just not gonna work for my fair skin. All right, I went ahead and put on a powder bronzer just to kind of further even out and remedy that situation. So the next product we're going to test out here is the Raw Honey Digital Dust Duo Blush. This one I didn't get in my mystery box. I got this some other time they were doing a sale, genuinely probably like a year ago, and then never used it because It's just so pretty, you guys. I don't want to mess up the embossing, but I feel like using it once will be okay. So this is really shimmery. This to me is the blush. This doesn't look like a blush to me. It looks more highlightery. So if I use them separately, I think that's going to be more of a highlighter. I'm going to try that, and then maybe some other day I'll try swirling them together, but I'm going to do them separately right now. So I'm going to dip into, and you can see one's called Raw and one's called Honey. So Raw is the more pinky one that I'm dipping in with my Laura Lee Los Angeles L23 brush, and just gonna put that where I would normally put blush, over top of this powder bronzer. And yes, just as I was expecting, it is a very nice glowy blush. But the good thing about this, because sometimes I don't like a shimmery blush. There's a difference to me between a glowy blush and a shimmery blush. What's the difference? Well, to me, glowy is still smoothing. It doesn't add any extra or emphasize, I guess I should say, the texture that I do have. So it's a nice sheen, a nice glow without being shimmery, which I think of as more like glitter or reflect. Very smooth, but still has a glow, is not a satin, is not a matte. That's nice. Okay. I do like that. I mean, can you guys see it? Oh yeah, you can see it for sure. All right, I'm gonna give my face a bit of a spritz with the MAC Fix Plus, just because it's feeling a little cakey dry with all the layers of product I now have with fixing that situation earlier. And I wanna give the highlighter a little something extra to stick to. All right, I don't remember my big one being like this, but small gripe while we're here on this. I get this mini from TJ Maxx. The little like straw thing on the inside does not go all the way to the bottom. So there's like a little layer of liquid that I can't use. How annoying is that? There's a little bit spitting on my complexion. Can't get that little bit out of there. So that's done. Okay, hopefully we got enough out here that I'm gonna go in with my Morphe JH09 highlighter brush and use the other shade, which is Honey, just for a little highlight moment. Yeah, it's subtle. I don't know that I can really see it that much because of how glowy the blush is. Let me do some on my lip to see. Oh yeah, it's showing up there. That is it's a subtle one, but I know some people like a subtle highlight. If I'm not wearing makeup at all, sometimes I just like a little glow highlight like that. So yeah, this one I do really like, and I'm not surprised because they just looked amazing online when I was seeing them. So I'm really happy with this purchase that, you know, like I said, wasn't in the mystery box. I chose myself. All right, I'm gonna prime my eyelids as I usually do with my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, because we're gonna go to eyeshadow next. And today we are actually using the Blueprint palette. That is also one I got in the mystery box. I am interested on the site right now I'm interested in the She's and Parties palette. I don't have that one. And I'm interested in the Smoke Sessions palette. And I've heard that one's not very good quality, but the color story is still just calling to me, especially with my hair right now. Are you kidding? So if you've had experience with either of those palettes, and you can let me know. I know Melt sometimes does bigger sales than 30% off, but that's pretty darn good for them, I feel like. I'm also really interested in the Mariposa blush palette, if you guys have any info on that. But that one's not 30% off because it's already on sale. I think it's $23 right now, which is why I'm like, ooh, for a blush palette, that's a pretty good price for 6 shades. So here's the outside component of the Blueprint. Now, I do think that the Blueprint used to be a stack. They made it into a palette. Really nice packaging here on the palette. And even though this has a lot of blue in it, I've done some like teal looks on my channel lately, and just in life lately, you know, playing around with different colors with this new shade of hair I have. So I'm actually gonna go for more of like a bronzy neutral look with this palette today. I haven't done a neutral look in a while, and I know some of you are really into that. So let me zoom you in a little closer just for the eyes. Okay, so this palette has a lot of shimmers, you guys. Like every shade but 2 are shimmers. So I'm actually going to start in the outer corner, which I don't normally do, just because it's a little bit of a darker matte and I want to work it into the crease instead of starting in the crease. because if you're not aware, wherever you put your brush first, that's where you're gonna get the most pigmentation from the shade. And I want the most pigmentation out here from this brown, and then I'm gonna blend it when it's a little bit lighter, hopefully into the crease. Going with my JS6 into the shade Hammered. And I'm just gonna start, like I said, putting this on the outer third. Hello, Garfield. He has come to join the video. Everybody comment below and say hello to Garfield. Hi, buddy. He just jumped up on my lap. I don't know that. See, he's got a little baby tail, so his tail's not long enough for me to show you on camera. It's so short. Okay, bud, don't knock stuff down. Please don't knock stuff down. I will be upset, okay? I know. Oh, listen, you're gonna have to settle and sit if you wanna be here, because when you're thwapping that tail around, you're gonna knock something down. And I'm gonna be upset if you shatter my brand new Melt blush. I just am. I love you, but that's not acceptable. All right, so now that I have the most pigmented area where I want there, I'm gonna take what's left on the brush, just do a light dusting of brown in the crease. It's not gonna be very much, but that's, you know, intentional since I don't have too much of a transition shade in this palette. Well, obviously, most of us have like how many browns in our collections that you could certainly pick one up from a different shadow and use it, but I'm just trying to stick to this one shadow since this is the brand we're kind of featuring and talking about in today's video. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, and then I also think I'm gonna take a little brush, M560. I'm gonna take the same shade, and I'm gonna put a bit here on the inside of the eye. So what I wanna do is a bit of like a spotlight kind of halo-esque on a diagonal slant look here. I like the shape that makes my eyes look like they have, even though they do not naturally. All right, and just to give these shimmers their absolute best chance, because I know Melt shimmers are not always the most sparkly ooh-ah, I'm gonna put a little bit of my Ulta Glitter Primer just in the center where I'm going to lay the shimmer. Just like I said, to try to give it its best chance to pop and have a nice kind of sticky base for it to adhere to. I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to take Beaming, this shade right here. This is the shade I've used so far. Only one Beaming is what I'm going to take on my finger and just kind of tap it there. Just see how much light that brings to the center of the eye. So pretty. And that glitter glue definitely helped this shimmer. It looks really nice with the glitter glue. And I'm going to take that up into the crease, almost all the way to the brow bone, really. And notice I've got it like at a diagonal, again, to bring that eye shape kind of up and out a bit. I'm just gonna go in with my first brush and kind of blend the edge between the matte and the shimmer again to make sure there's not any weird harsh line. Yeah, I like this. It's very simple, but I really like it a lot. You could definitely use the blues to pop on the lower lash line or something like that, but I think I'm just gonna leave it pretty simple today, guys. Like I said in my last video, I'll leave it linked if you haven't seen it yet, but I've really been liking more simplistic, just like a few shades, and I think you can still get something very, I don't wanna say dramatic, but like a nice shape or something cool going on with just a couple shades like this. I'm going to take my Refer 2 and going back with Hammered again, that brown shade, just to put a little on the lower lash line to tie it in a little. Now, I think Spotlight would be a really nice inner corner just because it's like that light blue color in here. But I have one more product from Melt that I want to try that I got in a mystery box. So I'm going to use that as the inner corner instead. And that is one of their blush lights. I got mine in the mystery box in the shade Ghost Light. And yeah, these are called blush lights, but I would not say anything about this is blushy, honestly. So I'm going to go in with the same M560 that I used to put the shadow, like the matte one, in this inner portion. And I'm gonna put this blush light situation in the inner corners. Be a pretty powdery formula. I think all the shades on their site were also already on sale even before this on their site, so maybe they're phasing this product out. I'm not really sure because it is pretty powdery, but it is also a nice inner corner brightening moment. You could use this also as a highlighter on the cheeks, but I would not say it is a blush under any circumstances. Alright, now if you're thinking the eyes look a little crazy, I haven't added liner or mascara yet. So let me add a little bit of a brown liner and some mascara and I will be right back. Ooh, what a difference liner and lashes makes, am I right? All I did was add the ColourPop X Raw Beauty Christy liner in Woodsy to my top lash line. I also put on the Eyeko Rock Outland Lash Out Mascara in Beatnik Black. So, last product, guys, of the video is lips. Melt has amazing lip products. Okay, so I have a couple lip liners here that I got in the mystery box that I got. I also have a lipstick from them, like a bullet one, and I can't find it. I don't know where it is. So reasons I need to get shelving so I can see all of the collection items. I haven't found them. If you haven't seen my cleaning video, I'll leave it linked so you'll know the situation I'm in currently, but did talk to Wesley and we looked at some options for shelving online that I'm gonna order and he's gonna help me install, so I'll keep you posted on that. But anyway, these lip liners, I'm gonna go in with, I think I'm gonna go in actually with Headbang. I have Foxy as well, and the one thing I do want to say about these is they're not retractable. You do have to sharpen them. I don't think they sharpen well, and I don't think it's my sharpener because I've sharpened other products with my sharpener and they have not been eaten up like this. Like here's one unsharpened and then here's one like all eaten up and gnarly after I sharpened it, and I don't think it's my sharpener. So I don't know that these sharpen the best, I will say that, but they're very creamy and the formula is really nice. So let's go ahead and put on Headbang. This is the one I tried to sharpen, and since I couldn't find the bullet lipstick, I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in my entire lips with this lip liner. Alright, so that is what the lip looks like. Let me zoom out and give you kind of a full view of the look here. Alright guys, so this is the finished, pretty neutral little glam look that we have going here today. I'm just doing a nice little like patio hangout day with my friend today, so I just want to use a little bit of makeup to give myself a little bit of fresh face. And of course try out these melt products that I purchased but didn't use most of them yet. Not all of them, but a lot of them. That was my kind of first impression. So yeah, let me know guys if I really need to get in on this 30% off sale for specifically Smoke Sessions She's and Parties palettes or the Mariposa face palette, like the blush palette. Those are the things I'm really eyeing. Obviously I have enough melt products to keep me going for a while. If you guys are like, not worth it, wait till Black Friday, there will be better sales, whatever. I leave it in your capable hands. But yeah guys, that is all for today. I hope to see you again on the next one. Bye.